He delivers. Swing and a miss.
A 6'4" right-hander out of Lafayette, Indiana. Josh Lindblom has always loved baseball.
Going out, I remember playing catch in our street in front of our house. So just something that I've always loved to do.
A love that has taken him, his wife Ariel, and his children Presley, Palmer, and Monroe around the globe. From stints with the Dodgers to Philadelphia, all the way to Korea.
It's one of the best baseball experiences that we've had. So long journey, now I'm back playing in the States.
The unpredictable nature of baseball has made Victory Field a temporary home for Josh Lindblom. And while he's used to dishing out pitches at more than 90 miles an hour, nothing could prepare him for the curveball thrown his way in October 2016.
You know, you have this confusion stage where you're like angry. And I think from the beginning, I was just, you reach that point of anger and you have to get through that and kind of, you know, work through like, why us? Like, why is this happening to our family?
At 25 weeks of her pregnancy with Monroe, a routine appointment with doctors in Korea revealed something terribly wrong.
And I can just tell from the look on his face that he sees something wrong.
They found hypoplastic right heart syndrome, meaning the right side of Monroe's heart was a lot smaller than the left. Ariel and the kids returned home to Indiana immediately to prepare, leaving Josh alone in Korea, where he found comfort on the mound.
When I was able to pitch, you know, that was the only time that I didn't have to think about, you know, her, what was going on, or knowing that the second that I landed in America, I was essentially stepping into a storm.
The perfect storm hit the Lindbloms on October 20th. Moments after Ariel gave birth to Monroe, doctors rushed the newborn to Riley's Children's Hospital for life-saving surgery.
Are you excited?
Big blue eyes and a beautiful smile greet the Lindbloms every day. Mom monitors Monroe closely, but a feeding tube marks the only physical reminder of a heart condition.
We've been molded for this, you know, like our whole life and all the change we've had to deal with and all the, you know, the highs and the lows of baseball.
Something that was important to us throughout this whole thing was not separating our family.
0-2 pitch.
A call from the Pirates last fall answered their prayers.
Swing and a miss.
An opportunity to potentially stay near home when playing for the Indians. And now when Josh pitches, he has a new perspective.
You go out, you give a few runs, you know, the sun's gonna come up tomorrow. I don't let those things affect me as much as I do in the past.
No matter the outcome of a game, the only team that matters is back home again in Indiana. Megan McEwen, 24-Hour News 8.
In the heart of downtown Atlanta, there's a restaurant that considers itself American fast food at its best. The Varsity. It's been a staple in Atlanta since 1928, and its food has been a talker for decades. And the Varsity can't wait to host fans coming in for the biggest game in football.
To have that crowd coming in for such a fun event and just to celebrate football, you know, our main logo is a football player.
Terry Brookshire is the general manager of the Varsity. And come game week, the restaurant is expecting to serve up to 15,000 or more customers a day, both inside.
One chili cheese steak.
And the biggest drive-thru in the world. Hot dogs, fries, hamburgers, and their world-famous onion rings, all among the favorites.
Chili cheese chocolate shake.
And the team at the Varsity is always ready to go because on any given day, the lines can look like this.
You want fries or onion rings?
We got two folks here stacking, one for the fries, one for the onion rings. Multiple fry cooks, multiple onion ring cooks, and they're going as fast as they can go.
And when you come to the Varsity, you better know what you want to order. Because soon as you step up to the counter, you're greeted with,
Let's get in line. What do you have? What do you have? What you gonna have? Hey. What do you have?
So how did those famous words, what do you have, come about?
Mr. Gordy's mentality was he wanted it to be polite and fast.
Let's get in line. What do you have? What do you have?
He just got into that habit, you know, what do you have? What do you have? What do you have? And if you didn't spit it out quick enough, you'd get skipped. I got skipped right over there when I was a little kid.
Terry says what makes the Varsity so special are the employees and their longevity with the restaurant.
Miss Jada's coming up on 40 years.
Wait a minute, 40 years here at the varsity?
Almost 40 years.
Almost 40 years.
Coming up on it.
Yes, I can't wait.
Then she looks like she's like a teenager.
Yes, she does. Oh,
See?
awesome. So are you excited for the Super Bowl coming to
Oh,
town?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Get your money in your hand, your order in your mind.
Then there's Rebecca,
Hey, what you got?
who's been working at the varsity for almost 40 years. She says the hardest part of her job is dealing with those hectic lines.
But when they get really busy, it's rough. You scratch your head, but we still get them out of here fast.
But it's a daily routine she has loved every step of the way, hat and all.
I just love it, like we are like family. This place have sent my children to college. All three of my children went to school while I was working here, so they really take good care of us.
Tucked away in Wayne County, just east of Indy, the city of Richmond is known for a couple of things, like its Red Devil High School pride, the beautiful Tiernan Center, and Mrs. Lawrence's famous chocolate cake, because believe me, it's just that good.
I am always the first one in the hospitality room. I get at least 2 slices, put a cover on it, put it in the fridge so nobody else can get it.
Cake is amazing, but Joanne is equally amazing. She's definitely the queen of hospitality for Indiana high school basketball.
88-year-old Joanne Lawrence is Richmond royalty, reigning for over 50 years as one of the Red Devils' most loyal fans.
My husband graduated from Richmond. In fact, he played on the 53 basketball team that went to state. We went to every game, so from 54, every ball game that in town and out of town.
And paired with her perfect attendance record, Miss Lawrence's devotion has nourished the entire Red Devil community. For nearly 4 decades, she has generously served coaches, players, officials, and anyone who walks through the doors of the Richmond Athletic Hospitality Room.
And a teaspoon of baking soda.
Everything is made from scratch, and at the center of it all, her famous chocolate cake.
She's a fixture. She's like the mayor of the Tiernan Center here. People come in from all over and they always ask about her.
I can say that Rick Pitino came down one day and he came in and, oh, that's pretty good. It makes Richmond sort of stand out. That people will say, oh, we want to come there. So, and it does make you feel good. I get tickled because I don't think I'm anybody special. It's just I've got something that people like. It's homemade. I doubt if I've got $5 in a cake, but it spreads a lot more than that.
While humble in her efforts, Miss Lawrence has cooked up a sweet tradition that reminds us all that there are invaluable lessons to be learned on the Hoosier High School hardwood.
Brush screen, hit the screen, and pull up. Riley Shellhammer is a name to remember.
She may still be in middle school, but she's playing like a professional. Riley Shellhammer has shined for the moment she got on a basketball court.
I mean, I've just been watching basketball for so long because my parents introduced me to it. They've been in the game for a long time, and I just knew that's the point I wanted to get to.
I've coached her since she's been in the 1st grade, and ever since that first season, she would do things on the court or see things that as a coach I didn't see.
Yep, shot. You got a shot right. Transition 3, baby. Yes, ma'am.
Her trainer, Courtney Delks, a former Miss Indiana basketball, saw that same potential.
I put her through workouts, the same workouts I'd put a professional player through or a high-level college, and she's able to do it at a high efficiency. I got your brush, hit the screen. And stick it. Yes, ma'am. Drag she has the it factor, and she puts the work in. Buckets.
She's 13 and already has a Division I offer from Valparaiso. Shellhammer's not just impressing everyone here in Indiana, she has impressed the whole country. She'll represent Team USA in the United World Games this month. That phone call is one her dad won't soon forget.
I got a phone call from Chris Hansen, who started ESPN Hoop Girls, and he was like, hey, I have a 16U team that's going overseas. I'd like Riley to play on it. I said, Chris, she's 13. He goes, I know. He goes, she would be very good for this team. Love to have her.
I was honestly shocked. Like, I didn't expect it at such a young age. I mean, maybe in the future, but now I was just in shock, and I knew that I was going somewhere.
To represent your country doing anything is a huge accomplishment. So to get that phone call for a 13-year-old to play and compete on a 16-year-old team is nothing short of amazing.
Yep. Restring, restring, restring.
Expect to see a lot more of Riley Shellhammer.
Europe's not ready. Europe's not ready.
Angela Morian, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.
Hey, I'm Asher Ferris. I race for ARC Autosport and for AMATS Racing.
This 8-year-old lives, sleeps, and breathes racing. He's excelling in his second year of competitive karting, but in the rare moments that he's not behind the wheel.
How does the car feel for the race? I also have a career on interviewing the IndyCar drivers at Asher's Racing Channel. We got all the social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Asher's dad helped him launch his channel back in 2019, and since then, he's become a staple as the IndyCar kid reporter who never misses an interview opportunity.
He asks pretty good questions, actually. You know, it's good for us to see, honestly, because we need youth. And I tell people this all the time, we need youth coming into sport in any capacity.
I don't want to say it, but yeah, he's going to take over your job, maybe my job as well, because he's also driving.
If you haven't guessed, the toughest questions in the IndyCar paddock are usually asked by Asher. And that's because he knows his way around a racetrack. In fact, I figured he could show me a couple things. Asher, let's do this.
My good dream is to get up in the IndyCars, maybe even in NASCARs if I can. If I can't be a driver, though, probably want to be up there in the media center of IMS.
And Asher doesn't cut corners when it comes to chasing his dreams, whether he's topping speeds at 60 miles per hour or doing his homework.
Thanks, Jimmy. That's all I got for you. Technically, it's just all about before. Because when we're on our way, I'm always down there writing questions either on my tablet or my notebook I have in the car. Yeah, so that's how I come prepared.
Asher's need for speed will take him as far and as fast as he wants to go. Olivia Ray, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.